Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to my class today. So today I'll be teaching a very simple topic, an important topic for my lower level year 4 students. It's called lowest common multiples, and for short, we usually call it LCM. Okay, very quickly, what is the meaning of LCM? LCM means lowest common multiples, and it's talking about multiples. When you talk about multiples, you're talking about um, the numbers, the multiplication, more like you can say the multiplication table, okay? So you have your 2 times table, you have your 3 times table, your 4 times table, you have 3 times 1, 3 times 2, 6. Those are multiples of 3. The multiples of 3 are um, the numbers, the when you multiply them, right? You can say you skip counts. You can say, okay, you skip count 3, for example, multiples of 3 would give you 3. That is 3 times 1. It will also give you 6. That is 3 times 2. It will also give you 9, which is 3 times 3. It will also give you 3 times 4, which is what? 12, and so on and so forth. Now we have an example, right? So let's say, take for instance, you are asked to find out the LCM of 6 and 4, okay? So you have to find out the LCM of 6 and 4, right? Number one, this is how you do it. If you are going to use, I'm teaching strictly the long division method. 6 and 4. Find out the LCM of 6 and 4. So you come here, you draw your table. You draw your table. Because there are two numbers, you can draw two tables here. Okay. Then you have your 6 here. Then you have your 4 here. Then you can rule this line. The reason why you're ruling this line is so that you can find numbers that can divide them. Every number you're going to put here are numbers that can divide these two numbers. Okay. Now, since 6 and 4 is an even number, I'm going to try using 2. Okay. So I'll use 2 and I'll put 2 here. So now when I put 2 here, it will be 2 divided by 6. What are you going to have? You're going to have 3. Okay. 2 divided by 4. You're also going to have 2, right? Because 2 times 2 will give you 4. Now, so what do you do? This trick of this game is that all the numbers you are using in this part of the line, they are the numbers you are going to use to divide the two main numbers you are looking for, the two main numbers with which you are finding their LCM, right? So now you have 3 and 2 here. Because 3 is an odd number and 2 is an even number, I already know that 2 cannot divide, 2 cannot go into 3 without, 2 cannot go into 3 without a reminder. Okay, you're going to get 1 as a reminder. But then I can still use my 2. Well, I'll put my 2 here. So I'll take it one step at a time since it is the lowest common factor we're looking for. So if I put my 2 here, I'll use my 2 to divide these two numbers. Now, since 2 cannot divide 3, I will write down this 3 here again. But obviously, there's a number 2 can divide, which is this other 2. 2 can divide this 2. Then I'll put my 1 here because 2 divided by 2 is 1. Okay, now I have 3 left. Now that I already have 3 left and I have 1 here, I'm now free to use my 3. Why? Because 3 is the only number left that I can use to divide. So I put my 3 here and I divide it. 3 divided by 3 is 1. And then I already have 1 here. I bring the 1 down. Now I don't have any other thing to divide again. So what do? I multiply. So you can come down here now to say that LCM is equal to 2 times 2 times 3. 2 times 2 is what? 4. 4 times 3 is what? 4 times 3 is what? 12. Okay. So you put your 12 here. So this is your answer, the SM of 6 and 4. Now let us do a different number now. And I'm just going to wipe off the board, being that the board is not big enough. And we can do the LCM of 15 and 20. So I'll just do LCM today, and our next class I'll teach you HCF. So for this one, we're doing 15, LCM of 15 and 20, right? These are sweet numbers, okay? So you equal to here, you rule your line, you rule another line, you have 15 here, and you have 20 here. Now, what do? You look for a common number that can divide the both of them, or one that can divide either the both of them or one of them. Now, in this case, we have a common number that can divide the both of them. So I am not going to just divide one and leave the other. So I would use 5, because 5 can divide 15 and it can also divide 20. So 5 into 15, which is also known as 15 divided by 5, it will give you what? 3, because 5 times 3 is 15. You put your 3 here. Now 5 into 20, what are you going to get? You're going to get 4. Now we have 3 and 4. For 3 and 4, there are no common numbers that can divide the both of them. But what can you do in this case? You also find a common number that can divide 1. So let's start from 3. 3 can divide itself, which is 3. So you put 1. 3 cannot divide 4, so I can bring down back my 4 here, okay? And then since it is only 4 left, I can quickly just use the 4 to divide the 4. And then I put 1, and then I put 1. The moment you get 1, 1 here, you already know that you are done solving and you don't need to do anything further again. So we now have LCM, which is equal to 5 times 3 times 4. Now, can someone tell me what the answer is? 5 times 3 is what? 15. Okay, so since we already have 5 times 3 as 15, we are now going to do 15 times 4. And what would that give you? What would that give you? What would that give you? 60. Because if you put 15 here and you put 4 here and then you multiply it, you're going to get 60, because 5 times 4 is what? 20. So you put down 0 and carry 2. 4 times 1 is 4 plus 2. 4 plus 2 is what? 6. So it is what? 60. So the LCM is what? 60. Thank you for staying true to this. This is how you can do all forms of long division LCM, this method, right? You can do this for 3 numbers. You can do this for 4 numbers. You can also do this for 5 numbers. You can do this for as many numbers. If you want to find the LCM of 5 different numbers. If you also want to find the lowest common multiple of 6 different numbers, or if you want to find the lowest common multiple of as many numbers as you can use this method, and you're going to get the answer. Thank you for staying tuned. See you in my next video, where I'm going to explain the highest common factor.